In the height of her fame, Eliza Hart was the queen of the stage. Her voice, a mesmerizing blend of power and grace, enchanted audiences across the globe. When a mysterious and lavish wedding invitation arrived, promising an astronomical sum for a midnight performance, Eliza, always keen to explore new opportunities, accepted without hesitation. The event was held in an opulent mansion deep in the woods, a place Eliza had never heard of before. The estate was grand and ancient, with ivy-clad walls and gargoyle-adorned gates. Despite the eerie setting, the allure of the staggering fee was too tempting. She arrived just as the sun dipped below the horizon, the air filled with a chill that seemed to seep into her bones. The mansion's interior was equally magnificent, though it had an unsettling quality. Crystal chandeliers hung like silent sentinels from the high ceilings, casting long shadows that danced along the walls. The guests, dressed in formal attire, were already seated when Eliza took the stage, her glamorous gown shimmering under the stage lights. As she began to sing, Eliza felt an odd discomfort. The guests watched her with intense, almost hypnotic focus. Their eyes glowed a deep, unnatural red, and their legs, barely visible beneath their flowing garments, seemed twisted and wrong, like malformed branches. She tried to shake off the unease, attributing it to the stress of her demanding schedule and the odd atmosphere of the place. But as the minutes passed, her discomfort grew into a chilling realization. The guests' red eyes were unblinking and seemed to follow her every movement with an unnerving intensity. The way they shifted in their seats, their strange legs sometimes moving in sync, sent waves of dread through her. Panic began to set in as the performance continued. The faces of the guests, though perfectly composed, seemed to blur and shift, becoming grotesque caricatures of humanity. Eliza's voice faltered, her song becoming a discordant mess as her heart raced uncontrollably. In the middle of her set, she made eye contact with one particularly sinister-looking guest. The creature's red eyes seemed to pierce through her, and for a moment she saw not just a face, but a gaping void of darkness behind those eyes. It was then that the horrifying truth struck her. These were not human beings. They were something far more sinister. Eliza's breath came in short, panicked gasps. She decided she had to escape. She stumbled off the stage, her mind racing as she navigated the labyrinthine corridors of the mansion. Every door she tried was locked, every window sealed tight. The grandeur of the mansion had become a nightmarish maze, with the unsettling whispers of the guests growing louder, echoing through the halls. Desperation gripped her as she heard the soft, rhythmic thumping of footsteps behind her, footsteps that were not entirely human. She darted down a hidden passage she discovered behind a tapestry, hoping to find a way out. The passage led to a dimly lit chamber filled with ancient arcane symbols etched into the walls. Suddenly the guests surrounded her, their movements eerily synchronized. They closed in, their eyes glowing with a malevolent light. Eliza's pleas for help were swallowed by the oppressive silence of the chamber. As they approached, their legs uncoiling and stretching in unnatural ways, Eliza felt an icy, suffocating fear engulf her. The last thing she saw was the grotesque, grinning faces of the guests, their eyes blazing with a crimson hunger. The room seemed to close in around her, the air thickening until her vision darkened and she could no longer distinguish between reality and nightmare. The mansion remained silent after that night, its opulence untouched by time. The guests were never seen again, and the mansion's gates were left ajar, as if waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to wander in. Eliza Hart's disappearance became a chilling legend, whispered among those who dared to speak of the night when the red-eyed creatures claimed the queen of the stage. And so, the mansion stood as a haunting reminder. Some invitations are better left unopened, and some performances are best avoided no matter the price. If you like tales like these, subscribe and share with your friends.